sure our defense is going to change a little bit year by year, depending on what the coaches talk about in preseason, and it's just going to be on us about the effort, the goals that we have, and how we achieve those.
To elaborate on that defense thing now, and you're talking about coaches talking about how people will be challenged on both sides of the ball. That kind of has to happen on the defensive side of the ball, simply to maybe spur you guys to the level you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's only going to spur competition, and competition is going to bring out the best in everybody. It doesn't depend what position it is. So the freshmen coming in, the junior college guys, no one's secured a spot right now. Coach Wilson's going to play the better player. So we have a lot of chips on our shoulder to go out there and compete with one another.
What aspect of the defense has to really step up, maybe more than another?
I think being a defensive back, we'd have to kind of hold the blame ourselves. I think that we have a lot of room to improve, and we need to go out there and step up to the challenge.
Stops. That's something that was a problem last year.
Third down conversion, stopping the run. It's something. There's a lot of things that we need to keep improving on, and it's something that we're going to take really wholeheartedly this preseason.
To put kind of a finer point on all that, Coach Wilson just said that the first couple of years it's been easy to get on the field on defense as a player. He says there's a lot of guys that could get on the field by default. He said this year I'm hopeful that that's not going to be the case anymore. From what you've seen, obviously you're not putting pads on yet and it's different, but does it look like it's going to be harder for guys to get on the field, that it's going to take a higher quality of play basically just to get somebody in the lineup?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to talk about the corner position. We only have one new corner in, Rashard Fant, but even though we have only one corner coming in, the competition at corner right now is better than I've ever seen it, even though it's all upperclassmen right now. And with the linebackers and D-line, with Latham, Kenny, they're coming in, they're doing a great job, competing with the D-linemen. And, I haven't been around the linebackers too much, but I know, I'm talking to, David Cooper and them, the competition there is great as well.
What have the freshmen brought so far? Just in terms of what you've, seen from them and since they've been around in summer school. Is it just a higher level of athleticism right now?
Like athleticism and, the speed that they have, the size that they are, big recruiting class. And, it's just something that we're excited to see them, once the pads come on and see how they can really play.
What has to change to make your defense better? Is it a mental thing? Is it a physical thing? Is it athleticism? What has to change?
I think it's a combination of all three almost. I think mentally we can definitely improve. Physically, Coach Hill's going to get us, physically fit, ready to play. So I think more of it's going to be mentally than anything. And having the class coming in, they're going to be a little raw. Having get with them a little bit on how to mentally get through the season and stuff. So mentally, I think is probably the biggest. Yeah.
Has it kicked into you that this is it for you?
Not yet, I'm sure it probably will here soon, once camp's going on, once I get through that last camp practice, realizing that that'll be my last preseason, so it hasn't kicked in yet, though.
But, does it feel like it's been a 4-year ride? Does it feel like it's been 8 years? You guys have gone through a lot in your 4 years here.
It's definitely felt real long, but it's been a great experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And we were trying to go out this last year with the bang.
What you mentioned the D-backs needing to get better. Is there anything in particular that stands out to you that you've seen improve already, or that just needs to get better, just in terms of technique, or just the way you guys just defend passes and
I think
just
one
everything?
of the big things is just the awareness that we've had. From safety, having the awareness of the quarterback and even your gaps or sound gaps. I think that's one of the main things we've improved on this spring and summer. And from the cornerback, from what I've been seeing, 7-on-7s, just their ball skills. They've been doing a great job, reading the ball and making plays on the ball.
You did say that's been a great competition with most of the guys who are returning. What kind of leaps have those guys made? What are the biggest differences between them in a year that stands out to you to say, okay, well, these guys are that much better?
I think that, like I keep talking about, Coach Hill, he's done a great job in the summer getting us bigger and a lot more in shape. Some of the corners, I'm not sure how much weight they've put on, but it's been muscle. They've kept their same speed, and, they're just working on their hips and their, mobility, and they've done a great job with that.
You guys remember last year we talked a lot about just buying into the program and stuff like that, and that, it was kind of rocky the first year. Last year it seemed like you guys were mostly bought in. What was kind of the next step of evolution in that? After kind of last year coming in and feeling pretty solid about that, what's it like in year 3?
Right now I feel like as far as everyone that's here right now is fully committed. It's something that we've improved on this spring. Coach Wilson's done a great job, and Coach Hill's done a great job keeping us, involved and committed. And I think we've had around 130 people here this summer, almost every single day. So it just shows how everyone is committed, out here getting better.
Have the freshmen met that demand as well? Do you get the impression that they found out as soon as they got into camp or just got into campus that they had an understanding of what was required.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess.
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, maybe one or two sprinkled here and there, but they've been the workouts every single day this whole summer they've been here. So that's great seeing them knowing that the standard that's set here and coming out and giving 100% every day is something they need to do every day.
What as far as the freshmen you've dealt with sort of directly. I mean, guys like Allen, Dutra, Fant. What have you seen from those guys? Basically, what's significantly impressed you about them?
With Antonio, it's just his size. He's a hitter. He loves to hit, and that's something that we need from safety position. He's got great awareness, as does Chase. And Chase and Antonio both need a little technique. Coach Mallory will get with them on that. Once they get their technique and their fundamentals down, I think we're going to be two great safeties.
I imagine they haven't made a specific decision on Chase and where he's going to play yet. But who's he been working with in the summer? Has he been mostly with safeties?
He's been with safeties. Yeah, he's been working with me. Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned Fant too. What stood out about him?
Yeah, he's been doing real well. He kind of came out of nowhere for me. I didn't know he was going to be. I knew he was a 4-star, but I did not know that he was going to be. Surprised me that much. He's been doing a great job out there on 7-7, and I'm excited. Once you get a little more weight on him, he's a little too lean right now, but one more weight on him, he's going to be a great player.
Are there any more freshmen elsewhere on defense that really stood out to you, either in defensive backs or just in general?
I really don't work with the D-line linebackers, obviously,
Right.
individuals, but I've seen Latham and Kenny and Clyde Newton, every once in a while on 7-7 making plays, and I know they're out there running around playing the game. So once they get sound on the scheme, and understand where they need to be, I think it'll be great.
That's right.
Do you get a